and welcome to an episode of the La Familia podcast. The guys are in episode 202. All right, guys. Little third episode with no AC, but I think we're powering through it. Hopefully the next one, we are no longer with this issue. Fingers crossed. The guys have watched a movie recently.
Yeah, 28 days later.
Years.
20 years?
Yeah, days is the first one.
Oh, okay. So they play on. And then the second one's 28 weeks?
Yeah, there's no months, though. There's no 28 months.
They missed out, bro.
Yeah.
I thought it was a cool movie, though. I didn't really get the ending, though. Like, where all the Power Rangers showed up.
that shit was funny. That was funny.
It was.
Wow,
I didn't get it, though. I didn't get, like, the disconnect. So that family, that whole village is, like, isolated?
Which one? The main character? Spike Village?
Yeah.
They're on an island by themselves.
But they're also... But that whole other area, the mainland or whatever,
that's like
they're
regular.
all quarantined?
That's called it, yeah. That's where all the infected are at.
Oh, okay.
So you just...
There's an infected, like, Last of Us infected, or infected just like you're sick?
They're more like, Last of Us.
Oh,
yeah, nah, but they don't turn into, like, fun, like, clickers and shit.
Okay. You're just sick.
They're still kind of, like, weird. They're not even zombies either, because it's called the rage virus.
Okay.
But they can infect it, but they're not trying to, like, eat you and shit. They just want to, like, beat the fuck out of you.
Oh, okay. I guess that sounds bad.
But it's still like you lose.
But there's still different types, right?
Yeah.
Like there was fat ones that like crawl on the ground.
Yeah, that was new. That wasn't in any other.
They eat worms and shit.
A bloater.
Yeah, the fat
Yeah.
And then there's some skinny ones that run really fast.
Okay. That does seem to be usually the formula.
And then there's an alpha male, which you would have loved, dude. They showed his wiener like 3 times.
You know. Bro, that fool had a fucking horse dick, bro.
Fucking like soft, dude. That shit was crazy. But he was like technically like 7 foot.
Yeah, he was a giant. He was fucking.
Okay.
He's like the alpha or whatever.
The thing they said is that those who get infected is because they have more like steroids in them, and if I don't know some shit, they give some bullshit answer.
They already had it before.
Yeah, they were using steroids in their system, so when they got the virus, it like
they
grew. Those are like the leaders and shit.
They're
Because like the other ones, you can shoot them with the arrow in the head or in the chest, and they're practically dead.
Okay.
But this one, you got, what is it, like 12 times or whatever you had to shoot them?
I like a shitload, yeah.
With a gun?
They use arrows.
Uh-huh.
They don't.
They're no guns.
Yeah.
Explanation for no guns?
They're. It's like
they're pretty much
they're
in medieval times.
Yeah.
Oh, so
but the rest of the world, the rest of the world.
The rest of the world's fine. It's only so it started in Britain, in England.
Okay.
And then in the first movie, it's only in England, and then they quarantine it to just England, and then in 28 weeks, they're back in England, and they're like the U.S. Army's there, and they think they have it under control. Like they have a small village, small people, like a community.
Yeah.
And then the outbreak happens again, and at the end of at 28 weeks, it's shown like now it's in Paris. It's gone to Paris, and then in the beginning of this one, it's like it's been all of Europe's good, the rest of Europe's good, but it's still like in Britain. Like England, Wales, Scotland.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the start of a new trilogy.
Yeah.
And you had an issue with the movie. Or a part of
this movie?
A part of the movie.
No, I like this movie.
Oh, okay. There's nothing I thought you were going to complain about something.
Nah, this movie...
No. You had to complain about the first one?
Yeah, the funny part... Okay. This one, like, they're fucking Power Rangers, bro. Like, the leader, he's Gambit, bro. He has, like, this big-ass pole stick. He's like on the top of like a rock, and he uses it to go to the bottom, like Gambit, bro. Like he grabs it, throws it. It's like he's doing like a javelin jump. Is that what that shit's called?
Yeah.
But some people do that in real life, though.
Yeah, but it was just fun. It was just a different term. Like
why are you guys calling them the Power Rangers though?
Because they were doing backflips. Fucking
everybody has different colors.
Yeah, and they all had different weapons,
and they're there to save.
They live on the mainland, and they're just like hoping, like they have their own little crew.
Oh, okay.
And at the end, they get introduced. But the leader of that group, he's in the beginning of the movie.
But they seem smug though, like
the Power Rangers.
Yeah, like they don't.
They got chains and shit, like
chains as in like gold chains.
They're like Italians, dude. Like blonde, like Swedish Italians.
Did you watch?
It's hard to explain.
Did you watch Hawkeye, the show?
I did.
Because there's a gang in there called like the Tracksuit.
They all kind of they kind of look the same too. They're all like blonde, long hair. There's some women in there as well. But
they're just funny. It was just you weren't expecting like that.
Yeah.
Because like it was always like limited resources. There was like a scene where like a group of soldiers went in to scout the place or whatever. Only one survived, but like they had guns. They were all like modern and shit.
Yeah,
it was like the only. Yeah,
is this a serious movie? Though?
Yeah, it's a serious movie.
So it's just at that part that it becomes kind of silly.
No, in the middle it gets funny. Like when the Swedish guy gets in, it gets a little funny.
Okay.
Yeah. It was just like out of nowhere. Like it felt like an Avengers movie. Like a new villain introduced.
Yeah, it was like some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Like they had like nunchucks and fucking
That was like a crazy fight scene.
Yeah. They went to work, but it was funny.
Speaking of movies, hey, you watched the Travis Scott documentary on his
his Astroworld, yeah,
tour.
So that's pretty sad. That's pretty sad. I watched it with my girl, and I don't know. It was kind of like, I guess what the whole purpose of that was to show like who was the real culprit.
Okay.
And I'll just
say the Netflix one.
Yeah. And so they basically start off and like I didn't know this. I thought it was like one person died or something like that. It was like 10 people that ended up dying from injuries. And so they start to break it down. Obviously, they're interviewing the kids who were like in that area who were affected the most. And obviously, they start off by saying, "Oh yeah, like we were going in with all the hopes of having fun and this and that or whatever."
Yeah.
And then they obviously starts to escalate to where like the tragedy occurred. But meanwhile, there's this guy who owns a company that specializes in practicing safety.
Okay.
At these events.
Yeah. That's his
so
job
like
there?
Like managing capacities where people can stand, barrier cage, etc. Right.
Okay.
And it was kind of funny though, because this dude was acting like he was some forensic, and he broke it down, and he had all these like, I don't know, like it was funny. That part was funny. But that guy basically breaks it down to where, the way Astroworld was set up, SZA was performing before Travis Scott,
all right,
but on a different stage. So Travis had his own stage. So when SZA was done, everyone kind of flocked over to where Travis's stage was. But I guess one of the issues was that like the only entryway to that area, you kind of, there was two sides to the concert, right? Mm-hmm. And so like most of the people, there was one side that was connected directly from that entry point. And then the other one, you kind of had to walk all the way around. So most people try to get into that first section. And so I guess that area was only estimated to be like a capacity of 30,000 people, and they sold like 50,000 tickets.
Oh, wow.
So there was an extra 20,000 more or less. But they also showed how in the beginning, like the first like 20 minutes of when they opened the gates, people stormed the gates, and they were jumping fences. So they don't even know like in reality how many people actually got in. So there was a lot of people who were unticketed. So it could have been more than 50,000 people.
Right.
And so what ended up happening was like, you know, they start flocking this area for the stage and everything. And so too many people got in on one side, and everyone was trying to push their way into the front to where they just made like a massive, like, just like a mosh pit of people.
Yeah.
But like people were suffocating. And they said that like, it was just like, you can barely just stand in place, and like as much as you tried, like you couldn't move. And so Travis started and everything, and then like they said like when the crowd would sway, they would sway like a wave and shit, like, and they couldn't control it. And so obviously at one point like people started falling and shit, and that's when shit went into chaos.
Yeah,
people were suffocating, passing out. At one point I think they had like 8 different people in like CPR procedures that they were like pulling out. People at the concert were calling the police like, hey, like they need to stop the show. Damn. There was some other guy trying to run up on stage telling them to stop the show. They were telling the police to stop the show. But I guess, and this is where it kind of gets dark, is that the police obviously, I think they took them like 10 minutes to find I guess there's only 2 executives that have the authority to stop the show.
Yeah.
So they had to go look for them, and they couldn't find them for like 10 minutes. Meanwhile, like people are fucking pretty much dying.
Yeah.
suffocating to death, right?
Is that how some of them died?
That's how pretty much most of them died.
Oh, shit.
It's just being, I think there was one kid who got trampled. I don't know if I think it was either 9 or 14, but it got to the point where like they couldn't even, like his parents couldn't even recognize his face, like how bad he got like trampled over. And the crazy part is that like once they got to those execs, they're like, they knew what was going on. That I think they had already confirmed that one person was pretty much dead. They still went on, I think, like another 15 minutes. They were like, oh, we're going to try to hold it because Drake was going to come on. I don't want to say the Drake curse, but, you know. But Damn. But it was like they start putting like timestamps. I think it was like 9:45. Like that's when shit started to pop off. 9:50, like that's when CPR started to go out. Like 10 o'clock, that's when the executives find out. And the show didn't end till like 10:20 or something like that. Meanwhile, like there was people on the ground like getting CPR work. Like this one dude got saved because he was getting a heart attack. He was on the floor and like the girl was like a registered nurse. And so she started doing all these things, lifting his legs up, whatever, you know, their procedures. Yeah. And she pretty much saved his life.
But on to lighter notes. New music. Do we have anything? For what? Reggaeton.
Oh, there's a lot of drops.
Outside of, you know, the big one.
I skimmed through, I think, like everyone who dropped.
Tell me who dropped.
Psycho dropped the album.
Oh, okay.
Most of the albums kind of like, for me, it's kind of like, I've only listened to once. But the last song, Nostalgia, that's fucking.
Okay. Is it solo? Just him?
The album?
No, the song.
Oh, yeah, song is him. Album, I think he only has like 2 features.
Okay.
Rose B dropped the project.
Okay.
But didn't he name it the same?
But he just put 25.
Oh, okay.
I listened to it once. I think there was like 1 or 2. I was like, oh, these are cool, but it wasn't like add to my playlist type. But
yeah.
Who else dropped? But I dropped the album. I listened to it once, same thing.
Oh, did they drop a collab album? Setch, Jay Wheeler, and
I saw that, but I only found that's the remix of that song that they dropped. I think it's Préstame.
Yeah, Préstame.
I don't know if there was an album. I couldn't find it, but maybe I wasn't looking hard enough.
Yeah.
Who else dropped? I think that was it. Obviously, Karol G dropped, and I think those are like the big ones. I want to go listen to the Psycho album again, but it's like it reminds me of like the Moda album, and I feel like Spain, the Spanish people, they love that sound. Because Quevedo's kind of like on the same kind of
true
kind of thing, which is cool, and I think they love Moda over there. But yeah, that's why I was kind of.
Is Psycho and Moda interchangeable? Or are they kind of the?
Nah, well, I think Moda's ahead of.
Yeah. What was I? Of the 3, which one do you think is actually worth listening to?
Probably this.
If I'm only going to listen to one of them,
I'd say listen to the Psycho one.
Yeah. I just got one, of course. The song you sent, yeah.
There was a couple other ones in there that were like, there's only like a couple like reggaeton, the Omar chords. I think there's one like called Weke Weke.
Yeah.
That one's like reggaeton. And the rest are like, like his sound.
Yeah. What would you call that? What is it? What would we categorize that sound or that sort of song as?
Like, I don't want to say like electronic reggaeton.
Yeah.
Like something like electronic poppy. I don't know.
Heck.
Yeah, like reggaeton electronic. I don't know.
I like that.
Hey, I don't know what the exact name for that subgenre would be, but it's something like I call it like Into the Spider-Verse music. Like, that's what it reminds me of. Like,
got it.
Like all these like animated colors flashing and fucking.
You can feel it. You can feel the colors.
Yeah, those were like the other people who dropped. It was actually a lot of music. I was kind of overwhelmed.
A lot of singles or a lot of just albums?
Not like albums, like full fucking projects.
Okay.
Singles, I mean, Neton Vega dropped some shit. It was like another Vega song.
Yeah.
It wasn't local, but I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Caleb Calloway dropped the deluxe.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. You're right.
It was like 5 songs.
Hayabusa Laughter.
That one was... I'm not going to go back.
Nah, track 1 with Alvaro.
Yeah.
I got to get to listen to it.
Golden Sea dropped a song. That one was, I listened twice. I think I got to go back and listen to it again. But it wasn't like as bad. And, this song came out last week. I forgot to say. We haven't recorded, but.
Yeah.
Arcángel dropped a song with his son. It's called Gohani Goku. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
But he's rap. This rap. And look, his son gets down. I feel like he out-rapped him on things, but I just thought it was a cool flex.
Okay. What's is this song artist?
I had never heard of him, but
now he is. Maybe
I think his name's like Austin. Well, I mean that's Arcángel's name.
Yeah,
I think his stage name is Austin.
Yeah. It says Austin's son.
Yes,
that's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a cool little thing.
Okay. Did you listen to the Tropicoqueta one?
Yeah.
What'd you think? Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get to listen to it.
But I don't know how I feel about his music, because then it comes out, and at first I never really fuck with it, and then after, like, the song's always grown me.
Yeah, same thing with was it the Loco song? Is that the one that you showed?
Yeah, that's the first. Yeah, that's the reggaeton.
Yeah. And I was like, man, I don't know, this is cool. But then, like, when I listen to the album front to back, and it comes on, I'm like, okay, yeah, this sounds a really good song. I see why people really like this shit.
There was fuck, someone else dropped. I don't know.
Damn, that much. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, there was a lot. I just like put it all on, was doing shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people like in the Mexican music genre.
Oh, they're not that drop some shit.
Yeah, they're not dropping like corridos. Like they're dropping like other shit. Even like Luis R. And all them, and they were dropping like different type of music. They're not. And I don't know. Yeah, that's true.
So they're all standing by the word. So far.
Yeah. Then the Natael is like pop, maybe reggaeton. Okay. I couldn't. Like, I listened to it once.
I haven't listened to it.
You haven't listened to it either?
No, I haven't. No. I saw it there, but I forgot to.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like pop. I forget what it's.
Because I added it too, and I forgot to get around. Que motor. Okay, so any other news then outside of music that we can talk about before we get to...
Let me see. I think all right. Yeah, there is. Okay. And I hate to rehash this subject.
Okay.
Because I'm tired of it. But there was...
Not tired enough.
Editor for Billboard Colombia, his name's Pablo Wilson. He was on a podcast.
Yeah.
And he said that J Balvin is the reason why reggaeton is global. And as big as it is. Okay. And then the host told him, it's not Daddy Yankee. And then he was like, nah, like Gasolina was huge. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
The genre needed it, but J Balvin took it to like another level. He was like I was with the African artist, and he was like, the African artist said, Daddy Yankee, Don Omar, Tego, I know him because of J Balvin. Like I listened to J Balvin, then after that I was like, let me go deeper into the genre. Yeah, the lore. And then sure enough, the publications are J Balvin, you don't be doing shit, bro. You just be chilling. People would
taking straight.
People just be throwing his name out, like, I don't know, maybe Pablo Wilson's in his payroll or something. He had it's Billboard Colombia. I don't know what if there's any...
Might be a little bit of bias in there.
Yeah, bias, but
hey, if you got the facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is that like a crazy one though? Like one guy, one artist?
No, I don't think so.
But does that speak to everything though? Is that enough proof?
Elaborate.
I guess.
Is that enough proof?
Yeah, for
one guy says that.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Well, but he's not.
I'm not discrediting. I'm not discrediting him.
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
He's not
because the people are gonna retaliate by saying, one guy said it, so it's that doesn't mean it. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But that has been a thing for a while.
Yeah,
like when I brought up that Billboard,
it was he was
a few episodes.
Yeah,
he was like he was streaming more than in 20. I think it was 15, 16, right? Whatever it was, or 17.
Yeah,
he was out streaming Drake. And all that shit.
Like, there's a number of artists.
You know what's crazy? Some dude from Complex. I don't know if you've seen, but he commented on that thing, and he was like, it's giving new age to something, and I didn't even. Make sense. This guy's a moron, dude.
I saw that.
Yeah, bro. Honestly, you know what made me tune it out?
I already know what you're saying, and I said the same thing. I was gonna reply to it, and I was like, any grown man who uses "it's giving" in his vocab, like I don't want to reply.
No, but you don't see the irony. Like, how are you gonna call us new age, but you're using new age verbiage? Like,
I think maybe that would have been part of the jab.
No.
But then I was like, it's too elaborate. I don't give him that wordplay.
Yeah, I don't give him that kind of, you know.
Yeah.
That's like 4 levels deep that we're thinking for him, and
I didn't. I mean, he's obviously big in whatever he does. He's
Yeah.
Had a complex line, but I didn't understand what he was like. Was he trying to say Sagrado was a banger, or was this a flop?
I think what I've noticed,
or was he mad at the Saturno jab?
Probably at the set.
Because a lot of people are mad at
maybe that.
Me personally, I just think people, they just try to look for anything to hate.
For sure, yeah.
And that's the easy one. That's the easy one. It's just to be like, oh, you don't know the old shit, bro.
Yeah.
If you like the new shit, you don't know the old shit.
Even I'd be like that's sometimes when I see someone like these soccer pod.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm just like, bro, these guys don't even know, bro. Like,
Right.
They didn't see whatever. But
and
so I get that.
No, because the difference is like how you speak it. If we're sitting here like, oh, they're the best of all time, like they're because their white reggaeton is big and this and that.
Yeah.
If we were saying shit like that, okay, fine. Yeah, that's what I see in those podcasts. Is like, oh no, he's the best. Ever. He's the best winger. He's the best left back. And it's like, nah, like that's not what we're trying to say over here. We're just saying we like it. This is why we like it. We don't like it. This is why we don't like it.
And
it's never about it being. We always talk about shit that's current. That's why we have our tier list of current artists, not fucking people in the past.
Like, I hate defending the tier one because like, I feel like they don't understand like tier one is, bro. Like,
right.
Tier one doesn't mean your favorite artist. That's the big distinction.
Yeah, because I think if we were to say like the best,
bro, they had Feid had like you know how he's been doing the caferto shit. He's going to coffee shops.
Yeah,
which he didn't start. Like a bunch of house DJs were doing that shit, but he had a thing in Mexico. He announced it on like a Friday, and he was like, "Yo, this Sunday I'm gonna be in DF.
Yeah,
pull up." They had to cancel it because I can't remember the amount of people.
500,000.
It was we're gonna show up.
500,000 people were gonna show up
to the fucking thing,
to a coffee shop.
To the coffee shop.
That's what the headline said.
Yeah, that was the thing. So he had a coffee. It was the day before. So that Saturday he was like, he was doing governor's ball.
Yeah,
he was doing governor's ball. So that Sunday he was gonna fly. Well, I don't know when he was gonna fly from New York to Mexico, but and then Sunday he put out, "Hey, we're not gonna be able to go because there's too many people are gonna show up."
500,000 people are showing up in Mexico, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it, and I kind of don't. Like,
let's just say it's 100,000.
Yeah, because even if it's like maybe rounded up or embellished a tiny bit, or like even estimated, even to say 500,000, to say like, okay, it wasn't 500,000, but like it was looking like 2 or 3.
Yeah,
and I mean, that's a huge city.
Obviously, it's heavily populated, but that's like that many people showing up.
If 100,000 sold, like he's selling out Azteca, like
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
even the homeless men were going.
No, they were already there.
I thought it was free coffee.
Yeah, dude.
He's got that pull. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I feel like I'm running out of shit to say.
That's tier one. When they can do, hey, I'll be in a different country at this time.
Yeah.
Pull up. Look, Mora can't do that.
Yeah.
No shots at Mora. Fucking.
Who was it? Was it Mora where they commented that Mora's
tier one?
Tier one.
Yeah, he writes everyone's favorite songs. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, not tier one.
Anyway.
You gotta give validity to tier one. Like that's how
I
that
just
shit
think
works.
they don't know like. And to them, they don't know like some people. They don't know all the US. Like, they don't know the stadiums.
True.
Some of them might live in Puerto Rico. They think El Coliseo is like the biggest thing out there, but there's more. There's levels to it. Dude. Like
yeah.
But you're right. Anuel can't
do that.
Can't be a tier one artist and go to fucking the Toyota Arena.
Toyota Arena's what, 10?
Not like 20.
20? Still not bad. Yeah. But not tier one.
But come on. That's like a Ryan Castro, Blessd.
Yeah. They don't even go. Well, they can't even fill that up.
Yeah.
Both of them together could barely, or I'm pretty sure they filled the Peacock to the max. But that's like not even, that's half of it.
That's how much is Peacock?
I think it was like 5,000.
Not even 10, right? I think
Hey, George.
Last time you looked that up, I think you might have said it was like 6 or 8. But yeah, I feel like I'm just running out of shit to say on this topic because we've
But they watch it through reels. That's the problem. Whatever.
We just have,
But also to that, it's just like somebody's like you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if you start at J Balvin, like what's like, you know, like that's a crazy jab to J Balvin.
Yeah, it is.
That's like, oh, you started listening. To
There's more to it. I don't want to get into it though, but there's more to it.
More to it? What do you mean?
Like being
tier one.
No, it's like selective with the genre.
Oh
like
yeah. Okay, got it.
Of who's let in.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Who can be
for
on
sure.
top.
But to kind of go back to the guys' take though, do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? Do you guys see where it's coming from? Good take, bad take.
Well, I just didn't know what he was upset about, so I couldn't like.
Yeah,
no. I'm talking about the Billboard guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh,
the other guy.
Balvin's the reason.
Yeah, the reason that it's global. Yeah, how do you guys feel about that?
I mean, bro, he has, and I think when people think global, they think, oh, this is the biggest artist in the genre, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if we put Daddy Yankee against Balvin, yeah, Daddy Yankee probably wins.
Yeah.
Right? But that doesn't mean Balvin didn't have an impact of taking the genre bigger.
Yeah.
Like, because he does poppier, you know, like Loco Contigo. He has a song, he has other, you know, songs that are in that elk. They're like pop, reggaeton.
Yeah.
And they're like, I can't find the perfect word to describe it, but they're like, you can hear it in the club. It's like house mixed with pop, reggaeton, all this shit. Like,
yeah, it transcends just.
And like Europe, they love house shit. Europe loves house shit, and all the other shit. And then J Balvin also does. Sometimes he's ventured into like the Afro shit, like Safari or his album Vibras. He has shit like that. We're just different shit, and it's not just classic reggaeton beats. Like he started doing different shit, and that's how he got bigger.
Yeah.
Bro, fucking Beyonce's on the Mi Gente remix. How bigger does that fucking get?
Yeah.
Yeah, Beyonce's not hopping whatever, especially Spanish.
Yeah, for sure. Heck, what do you think? What do you think about the take?
No, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense who Balvin is and what he brought to the genre and shit. So you got to give him his flowers. Because I feel like, we've seen it here. Like, too many people hate on him for...
What? Oh, I've already asked this, but it just seems like people are reluctant to give him credit.
I don't get it.
And there's obviously a lot of people who like his music. So
who around that time was like, other than him, like who else made it out? Like, tell me one like reggaeton artist other than Balvin fucking 10 years ago.
I mean, that because he started like 2010, 12. He probably blew up 14.
Yeah.
And then that time, this is, and I've talked this over to a couple other reggaetoneros. They're a little biased too, but, and I was like, bro, the genre had gone a bit
quiet.
Yes,
dead,
a little bit.
Yeah.
Someone brought it back up. You don't want to give him the credit, but someone brought it back up to buzz. Then Bad Bunny came and took it to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
But at that point, it had gone a bit kind of, I don't want to say what we're seeing right now in hip hop.
Yeah.
Where it was like, in those 2010s, 2015, Daddy Yankee was still pulling shit, but Daddy Yankee was carrying. It's like how Drake's carrying.
Yeah.
The fuck, it was.
It's pretty much just the top is winning and then everything below.
Like everyone likes to talk about early 2000s reggaeton. Let's talk about 2010s. Like, and then Balvin came in, and then that was when Anuel, Ozuna, Bad Bunny, all these other fools came in.
Yeah.
And then it's what it is now.
Yeah. All right. Anything else in reggaeton news? Anything else that we can touch on before we move on?
Oh, freaking Feid was kind of clowning Anuel.
Whoa.
He played a Karol G song, in the story.
He put the Verano Rosa, like a montage reel. It was like a repost on TikTok of people like dancing and like how I feel dancing to the song or whatever.
Okay.
Kind of like goofy and shit.
And then there was a video of Anuel and they're like dancing to the song.
Like,
but it was like an actual video of Anuel dancing, but obviously
Anuel dancing with Karol G?
No, just to himself.
Just
but it's like, like me, the thing was like me when I listened to Verano Rosa. And then it was like a montage, a compilation of people dancing different
clips. Yeah.
Yeah, and one was Anuel.
Yeah, like at the very end, one was Anuel. Then
and Feid posted that.
Yeah. He posted onto his story.
Okay.
Now I think some people say he posted on mistake, like he didn't watch the whole thing. I was thinking he posted it on purpose, like Or I don't even think he posted it. To be honest, I don't know if he posted every single one of those reposts TikTok clips. Yeah. I know he's active on IG and shit, but it's hard for me to believe he's reposting all the fucking because he'll go through. You'll see mini dashes for days on his story about reposting shit, but
right.
I didn't look at it as like, oh, he fucked up. You know, I looked at it as like, you know, like,
he was just poking fun at
it. Making like a joke.
Yeah. Oh, people took it as he fucked up.
Yeah, a lot of people that he messed up and on accident, like it was an accident or whatever. Like,
I don't think that's an accident.
Yeah.
I'd have to assume that's on purpose, most likely. Or that way you just said that's maybe not his team. Feid 1 week later.
2 weeks. Yeah.
Is it 2? Yeah. Oh, you're right. 2 weeks later. How we feeling?
I'm still listening to it. I'm not through the whole the first 10 days. I was going front through back. Now I've kind of
picked
what I like, but I'm still listening.
Okay.
The I Miss You. That's it. That's a hit.
Yeah, that one is getting better.
That one's bro. You're on here, and that's what I was like when I was listening to when you said this. You were I was like, I don't know about Priority. And you're like, Priority's pretty good. And after you were like, bro, there's just one song in there where it's like the last minute and 30, it's just the beat. And I'm listening to the album and I was like, bro, it's fucking Priority.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
And then you were like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, it's Priority, the one he's fucking.
What at the time it was growing on me, but honestly, I don't know. I haven't even listened back to Priority since that day that we recorded because I've kind of chosen my favorites and that's about it.
Yeah, but then see, like I hate how people were calling it atrocious because, and we get a lot of that, a lot more. That's why whenever I see that, I always kind of like, however many those are, like I'll times it by 100.
Okay,
like a rule of thumb.
Yeah,
like if one person says that, then probably 100 other people feel that way.
Right.
And there was, I think, quite a bit, like maybe like 10. Like this was atrocious.
Yeah.
But then to me, I kind of take it as like you kind of don't like hip hop. That's okay. Like if you don't like hip hop, then that's cool. Then I get, but atrocious, nah. Like if you don't like rap, if you don't like hip hop, then that's all right. But the music was not bad.
Yeah.
Like we know a horrendous album when we hear one, right? But this is definitely not it.
Even then, when you say something's atrocious, I would like to hear, why.
Yeah.
And I think if someone says that the album is atrocious, I would assume maybe it has to do with the production.
Yeah, like quality wise.
Yeah, I think that may be a thing people point out that maybe they don't love, and that, you know what, I'm not mad at that if that's the reason, But if you're just gonna say it's bad just because it's bad, I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, when Remore comes out, that's gonna be a fucking. I've been playing that snippet like I was at the gym. I just had that shit on repeat for like 30 minutes. That minute snippet, but.
That minute snippet.
And yo, people were this is what I hate. People were throwing shot like, oh, he had to put Sorry for that much on the album for streams.
Yeah. And
I was saying Bad Bunny needs to do this.
Yeah.
But this will put Calladita, Un Verano Sin Ti 3 years after it came out.
Yeah.
So don't like y'all want to pick and choose when you fucking
when it's cool.
Yeah.
Everybody does that shit.
Yeah.
I don't even think that's even a big deal. And I know it's going to start sounding like we're
Sorry for that much came out like in November last year?
Nah, it came out like around
last July. Yeah. It came out right after we put out our top 10.
Yeah, because we did the Sorry versus Brickhead.
Yeah. But yeah,
bless you.
I feel like that's not but were people making a big deal about that?
There's a few people.
A few? Okay.
There was but
they're just trying to see.
And then I was listening to the album and I was like, bro, like, all right, this one might have been like, it's not even bad, but it's missed that. But then I was like, bro, we're talking literally like an 8-project run where there were like 8s and above.
Yeah.
Inter Shibuya, Feliz Cumpleaños, Sixto, Mord, No Le Temas a la Oscuridad, Ferchocalipsis, Manifesting, Los Nueve. That's 7 fucking, and I'm not even counting the features he was giving out
in that time.
And the singles he was just dropping to drop. Like that's 7 projects where it was like 8 and above.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't like him.
So let's give him one that.
Yeah, like
you know what? If you want to give us a personal,
someone else who's actually that consistently dropping good shit. Because a lot of people are either taking breaks or they're consistently dropping bad shit.
And in that time frame too.
Yeah,
that's all within like 4 years.
Yeah, that was like Intertribuyo like 2021. Yeah. Intertribuyo was one that put him like kind of like, all right, this fool's
might be.
And then Feliz Cumpleaños was the
cement.
Yeah, that
was the big one. Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, I saw someone comment on I don't know if it was the Blessd reel or the Sagrado reel.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, Feid's not even all that. And he was like, and Blessd is just Odao Alejandro wannabe.
I did see that too.
And I was like, where do you Blessd and Odao?
Blessd and Odao, I don't see that.
I don't even know if they have one besides maybe like reggaeton songs that are just reggaeton songs, and all of them are the same. Either besides that, Blessd raps more. Yeah. Odao does his pop shit. Like, I don't even see the correlation. Like, of the fucking.
Odao does a lot of like love.
Yeah, Blessd doesn't.
He doesn't do as much as that. He did a lot of like perreo type, and I mean now he's doing a little more of the like softer.
Yeah, he's trying to get bigger.
Yeah. But that's more recent though. That's like in the last 8 months.
That just goes to show you people don't know shit.
And then I try not to say that because then I don't want to sound like the guy who's like, you don't know because you haven't heard it. You know what I mean? Exactly. So that's why I try to refrain from saying that specifically because I don't want to sound like that person because I don't want that. And
we're not like we're not saying we're experts, but we're also like saying some of you guys like.
Yeah, it's kind of like throwing out maybe your opinions with not as much.
Yeah, saying Odao and Blessd is Odao copycat. I don't.
Yeah.
Like, where'd you get?
I don't think anyone's ever said that.
Fucking Hace Tiempo, like his first shit that started ringing on, like I don't even know.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
Nah, bro.
That was a crazy take. That was a crazy one.
I forgot to reply. I was gonna reply like that might have been the coldest take. I just forgot to reply.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
I think that was.
Huh?
What's up? What was his name?
You can go find it. It was on the.
Yeah, I think it was on the Blessd reel. But
you gotta say something, George. Say mic check.
Good album.
You know what's funny? I was at dinner last night. Yeah. Tilly and her man.
Yeah.
And it was me and my girl. My girl was like, "Oh, do you guys know George?" And Tilly was like, "Yeah, I know George." Or whatever. And then obviously her boyfriend doesn't know who George is.
Yeah.
And they're how would you describe him or whatever? And I was like, "Bro, he's a complete idiot. Like idiot."
Yeah.
Whatever. And they're all like, "You're mean, all this shit. Like you're fucked up, whatever." And then it was going back, oh, like, how do you know Wesley, whatever? And we went back, and she was like, and she was like, oh, I knew Marlo in middle school, and I was like, and whatever. And then she didn't know you in middle school, and I was like, I think it was Hector. Like, she was like, oh yeah, I knew Hector in middle school, and then she's like, Yamas too, and she was like, Yamas is funny, and I was like, yeah, Yamas is an idiot. And then her boyfriend was like, oh, like, damn, all your friends too. And I was like, that's the difference. Like, Yamas is an idiot because he'll say and do shit that's funny. Like, George is just a fucking idiot.
Like by the literal sense.
Like, there's nothing going like. Because one of the times we were hanging out with it was me, George, my girl, and my girl was asking George like questions, and I could just see it in George's face, like he was overloaded, like he couldn't know like what was going on, like it was like he was buffering, like fucking trying to like load up, and that's how I think that's a perfect example to describe George. Like if you throw too much at him, he's gonna like
it doesn't even have to be too much.
Crash.
Even now he was buffering a little bit when Hector asked him.
Yeah, I'm like fried. I'm just like too much.
All right, guys. Karol G dropped her new album, Tropicoqueta. Everyone was taking a listen.
George did listen.
George did.
And I could confirm because it says on Apple, like when I clicked on the albums, it had George's name right there.
I didn't even know it did that.
It does that.
It does that? Oh, shit.
Well, if you have him as a friend, you get to friend them on Apple Music.
Oh, through the Apple Music.
Yeah. It'll see like, and you can go on George's profile and see what he's listening to. And then
that's cool. Damn.
So like when I clicked on it, had because George goes by Evil George on Apple. It had the big E, big E on it.
Yeah. All right, George. Well, you give us your take. What do you think about the album first?
I liked it. Too much.
Too much what? Too much greatness?
Nah, I don't know. You're flip flopping. There
too much flavor for you.
Pre-production, you were.
I don't know. It was too girly for me, but I was liking it though.
You liked it.
I liked it.
But you have to get into that mode.
Yeah, I feel like you didn't like because it was making you feel some type of way.
I used to feel like that too. But like, you just have to get into that mentality.
Like,
you're making up a story right now.
Nah, because you were like, yo. You said you started to it turned you on when Un Gatito Me Llamó came on, the Dembow one. But then the song's on, you're like, this is a good song, though. You're like,
Yeah,
so which
I
one
like
is it?
I like the energy. I like the
Just let it take over, bro.
hell
You
no.
gotta-
You
What?
like it, but you don't like the feeling.
It's not emasculating
it
at
gives
all,
you.
bro. As long as nobody sees you, it's fine.
What did it make you feel like? Like, what were you trying to do when you were listening to that song?
I was like, shit,
Like sway your hips and fucking.
hell yeah.
let
I was
your
like,
hair out and
I think
everything.
I feel like Shakira right now. I was like,
Mm.
That's kind of like the wrong.
Yeah.
well,
Maybe more like an Anita.
Yeah.
Like a
Or
woman.
like how you said Tokisha, she was on it. That
There
was
you
more
go.
like
That's
better.
yeah,
Better.
Tukisha, yeah. Just throwing it back, but
Whoa.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Her or you?
Huh?
That's me again.
All right, guys, give me your opinions. What do you guys think of the album?
Dang, she gave us a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
She even had a song with fucking Marco Antonio Solis.
Yeah,
It's like her most Latin out, which I think everyone was expecting.
Yeah.
And then I already know they're gonna. Well, it's already been circling. Oh, she copied Bad Bunny. De vi tirar más fotos. There's a very-
really.
not the same, but it's just like a very Latin homie
Oh,
album.
Like
got it.
classic
Like
sound.
my roots.
She
go
copied
back
the
to
move.
The move.
Yeah.
But I would say that I started the move. I don't want to say start because I feel like a lot of people have done it. Just that
Has done it
It's been
recently.
trickling out
from the
but-
three. Yeah.
Yeah, Raul's the one that kind of made it
I think Rao
mainstream.
started on Cosa Nostra,
Yeah.
where he sprinkled a bit of it and kept a lot of reggaeton.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny did like the half and half.
Yeah.
And then
Literally.
I feel like Karol did the whole, this is really Latin inspired.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit a bunch of different subgenres and then sprinkle in a few reggaeton on it.
Yeah, because there's only maybe 3, 4
It's like
reggaeton?
5.
Is there 5?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
And-
20 songs.
Because it is a 20-song album.
And the
It's a
reggaeton
lot.
on the album is 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it is.
Every bro, that Tu Perfume, that shit's
Yeah.
her verse. I don't know if people know, but that verse,
Yeah.
she put the whole track list of Mañana Será Bonito on it.
She did.
Oh, yeah, she did. Yeah,
That shit
yeah.
was hard, and it wasn't like a gimmicky like
Yeah.
just throwing names. Like it was like
Made sense.
yeah, it made sense. It was like
Yeah.
the story of the verse. Like
Yeah.
that shit was hard.
Honestly, I'm reluctant to say there's a miss other than
Damn, I was I go.
the
Which one's the one that she sings in English?
Oh yeah, that bro,
Papacito.
that one. If it because her verse in Spanish is hard,
Yeah.
and it goes. If she was done in Spanish, that would have been.
Yeah.
And I feel like she dropped the music video, so I think they're trying to push the
The Spanish.
the English one. But
I really think for me, the only miss is Un Gatito. Because, I mean,
that's a banger.
it's a banger, but it's just not for me.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a
like
banger.
objectively, it's a banger. I know, like, motherfucker, they're gonna, but it's just, I'm gonna never listen to that.
I was involved in that shit.
But I
I'm
recognize-
not George where he's like flip flop. Well, I don't know. George's having an inner battle over there. Something going on.
His souls.
You don't want the
So
real
sorry.
George. You don't want the real George to come
That
out.
shit was you see, and Ojitos Ferrari on Mañana Será Bonito. That's a
Yeah.
demo too, but that one was like too.
Two on the nose.
It was just too. It was like lackluster.
Okay.
Where Dembo's not meant to be like something where it's like the lyrics have to be deep. It's
Yeah.
it's like the energy of the beat.
Yeah.
But I just feel like her lyrics and the way the song was set up on this one was done much better.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, no, that's a banger. It just, I just know I'm never gonna listen to it. But
I've been bumping that shit.
I recognize like that's a good song.
That shit came on Jim and I was like, yo, PR right now. Just PR right now.
Why does my keep? Okay. No puedo vivir sin él. That one's a banger. Viajando por el mundo.
I didn't like that one.
Nah, you don't like the movie. You don't like the going out. What's it? We're talking about the vacation ones.
Yeah, but it was more like that one wasn't really.
Nah, I like that one. I really like
I
that
like the. And I didn't really like the Tropicoqueta.
Oh, that's another miss.
The funny thing was that when I listened to Thursday night, and at first I was kind of like, whatever, like some of this shit was bad, but then I was listening to more. I was listening to it yesterday, like driving my girl. My girl loves the whole song, the whole thing. Maybe that's George is alluding to, but then I was like, this is good shit on here. Because me and my dad were texting, he was like, I'm not feeling it. I don't know if his opinion has changed.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I already know Marlo's gonna hate it. Like, I already know Marlo's.
Really?
I said that.
Okay. Why do you say that?
Cause anything new, you're like,
Really?
yeah.
I don't think so.
I think you're very like just reggaeton-y, like.
Rigatoni.
Okay. I'd have to disagree a little bit, but no, I love the album. I think this is my favorite album by her.
What?
Yeah.
No, I'm not, I wouldn't say that.
Ese Hombre es Malo, I think that's a banger.
That one's hard. The Cumbia one's hard too. I think it's the fourth one.
Fourth, that's... La fourth is Latina.
Okay, the next one.
Dile Luna.
No, all right, the next one.
Oh, Cuando Me Muera Te Olvido. That's a banger.
That was cool.
That's a banger.
But I felt like leading up to it, that Latina Forever song kind of made me think that these were going to be nothing but anthems she was going to come out with.
Yeah.
And I was kind of surprised when she came out with like the different mixes.
I think she was trying to reel them in.
With the Latina song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coleccionando Heridas. Like, that's a great song. I couldn't believe when I saw the feature. That's a great song. Marca Los Bukis? Like, come on. Mama was about to go crazy for that.
You showed it to her yet?
I'm going to show her, though. I'm going to show her. I'm going to see if she likes it. But I think it's a great album. I really don't feel like there's...
Oh, she had the mariachi song, too, right?
That was hard. That's the...
which one is
You
that?
said it. I think it's Ese Hombre es Malo. Yeah, I was listening to a lot yesterday, and I was like, yeah, this is fucking...
I think it's a great album, dude.
Though, the Brazilian one, yeah, I didn't do that. I didn't know.
Which one's that?
Bandida Internada.
Oh, okay.
And she's doing like Portuguese.
Yeah. Okay.
I just don't really like that sound.
Yeah.
Like, that was like it's Anita. That's like her sound, how she's presented. It was, but it's like the one with the Weeknd. The Sao Paulo.
Yeah. Yep. True.
That's that sound, that Brazilian funk and shit.
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
Yeah, 'cause she had remixed that other song. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. But Verano Rosa, Canción 13.
Yeah, Canción 13.
I was playing FIFA, listening to the album and shit.
Yeah.
And I wasn't paying attention. So then, like, when he, because he doesn't sound like him in the beginning.
Okay.
I didn't think so.
Okay.
It wasn't until when she said "whoa," which made me laugh. Then I was like, "Wait, what's going on?" And I had to restart it.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, okay." Like,
but I think it does say Feid on there, though, right?
now it does. But first it was just Canción 13.
Okay. They updated it to say Verano Rosa.
I think on yesterday or Friday.
Got it. Okay. Heck, how do you feel about the collab?
That one, obviously, it's not the best song.
It's not the best song.
Nah. Okay.
But it's it's to me it's a banger.
Yeah, it is. I think
it's a summer song.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to introduce this first. Like,
to transit. Nice. I like it.
It's a summer song.
Yeah.
And there were some fools comparing art, bro, because Anuel has a song, the same type of upbeat.
Okay.
Bro, and that's what I fucking hate.
They tried to say it was I seen that too.
Yeah, and it's like, yo, Anuel, this is not the first time someone's made like an upbeat reggaeton song. Like,
do we feel like the collab held up to expectations?
I'm glad they did like that route and not just like a regular reggaeton.
Yeah.
Or like a lovey.
I was expecting the love song.
A slow love one.
I was expecting that, like a little back and forth love song. This is not what I was expecting, but I do think it's a banger. Not the best song of the album, but definitely one of the
best ones. I think is Tu Perfume or fucking movie. Nah, it's Tu Perfume.
I think it's Tu Perfume or I think no.
Oh, actually, the best song is Si Antes Te Hubiera Conocido.
That's a banger.
That's been a hit since. That's a smash. It's not even a banger. It's a smash.
Yeah, that was the first single, wasn't it?
Came out last year.
Yeah. Oh wow, last year.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like that was early? Oh, because that was the controversy with Rosalia. Yeah. Okay.
Another one. She stole her.
Yeah. I think my two favorites would have to be No Puedo Vivir Sin Él and fucking Tu Perfume. Tu Perfume is that's a smash.
That's a hit.
Yeah, I think the Verano Rosa is gonna be probably the more popular one.
Yeah,
like the one that's gonna get played and it's gonna be like maybe Song of December type shit. But Tu Perfume, I think that clears that.
Papacito would have been in Spanish. That would have been a hit.
Yeah.
Maybe like Bele on there.
Sort of like the Bandida Entrenada. Like I just didn't mind it, even though she was speaking Portuguese. Like
it sounds cool. I'm like
I like it.
It's cool. Yeah.
Same thing with Papacito. Like I like the song.
The beat's hard. I just when she's in English, it's hard for me to take her like serious.
Yeah. I don't mind. I don't mind it.
I'm cool with the maybe give me like a short spurts, how like Feid did and Keloy did.
Okay.
Yeah. Like the whole.
Like a whole verse.
Especially when you give me the Spanish verse, and the Spanish verse sounds like really good.
Yeah.
With it.
Yeah. It's almost a tragedy to it. Like, or no, what's the word? Kind of compromises.
Yeah,
song
he
a
like
little
cut her legs or anything.
Yeah. I just don't think it was offensive because sometimes you hear that shit and I'm just like, oh, like I can't, I can't. Like this is horrible. And in this case, I just didn't think it was that bad. Like again, same thing. I kind of look over it. It wasn't a big deal.
See,
Nah, it ruined it.
Yeah, it bothered me.
I'm not mad at it though.
It bothered Mariano too.
It did.
Yeah, he said it like it.
Oh, the whole song.
Yeah, the whole song.
Yeah. Okay.
He's like, his early take was there's a lot of there's good songs, but Sam, there's just a lot of like bad ones.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's changed.
Yeah, that was off a more recent.
This was Thursday night.
Got it.
And we went to bigger. Damn, Colombia's down right now. Like,
what do you mean?
Music wise,
it's like music. We're like, yo, Bell is kind of carrying.
And Saki.
Oh, there's two. Wait, how's Mariano feel about the Feid album?
He's the same. He's saying like us. It's like,
Same
it's
shit.
all right.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not his best, but it's all right.
Okay.
Yeah. And the rest, like Blessd, nothing special. And he was like no bangers, but it wasn't bad. Like,
yeah.
Blessd was fucking bro. So he took another shot at Feid. That's what he posted, but he was smart with it. He posted like the Spotify Colombia from May 30th to June 5th, and his album came out May 23rd. And Blessd was the number 1 artist.
Yeah.
And Feid's album dropped June 8th, and his tweet was like, "Numero uno," and then he fucking said he put this is disrespectful for this. Let me see if he still has it up. I respect him. I respect the hate. He even posted another thing.
Oh wow, developing story.
Someone part of his thing, his manager put, okay, so they put the weekly top albums in Colombia right now. A day ago, June 13th to 19th. Number 1 is Belle. She's fucking, then it's Blessd, then it's Debí Tirar Más Fotos, and then it's Feid, 4th. And his manager said, recordamos que es música cero comercial y muchas cosas en contra antes de estrenarse. Pretty much saying, yo, we're not promoting this shit. We don't have the big machine behind us, and we're still ahead.
Yeah, less commercial.
He said, he deleted it.
Damn, you didn't screenshot?
I did it, but it was the thing. He was number 1, and then he put the
like number 1.
He put the verse from No Me Dejo de Chimbiar. He put Alza la mano si tú quieres party, and then he put ha ha, and then he put like the throwing up emoji.
Got it.
This little, I would respect him if he kept it on there, dog. Like,
but he took it down.
He took it down. I would, George. That's negative aura points.
But he.
He still has it. My bad. It was way earlier.
Okay, we're
it
at
said,
the same.
Número uno, gracias a Dios. Alza la mano si tú quieres, party. Ha ha ha. Laughing emojis and throwing up.
And with a screenshot
of him being number 1 in Colombia
up until June 5th.
It's May 30th to June 6th. So he dropped May 23rd.
Yeah.
So you're getting all the album
his
streams.
month.
Yeah, his month. And then, but I did some little digging.
Okay, of course.
Because I gotta back up. I gotta
investigative journalism.
And if we go to Apple, because Spotify and Apple, and numbers lie. Yeah, numbers lie. That's what I'm saying. But the tours don't. That's why I go back to who's the bigger artist.
Yeah, yeah.
If we go to Lion charts right now on Apple, top albums, obviously Karol G is number 1. Feid is number 5. And Trinidad Bendita is 34.
Goddamn.
On this line. Now, if we go all genres together, this is everyone. Morgan Wallen's killing right now. I guess he dropped some crazy shit. He's fucking number 1. Karol G can't even pass him up. Feid is 50. He's the 50th top album.
Yeah.
Blessd, he's not top 200. In all the genres. And Lion, he's 33.
Right.
Where Feid is like, I think 9. I said 9 or something.
Yeah. And it's all through Apple.
It's all through Apple. This is Apple. Yeah. Because he got the Spotify. He posted Spotify. Maybe there is some. Maybe he has a Pablo Wilson in his Spotify account.
Insert Pablo Wilson.
But yeah, I just thought the he was adding more. He was throwing more shots.
Yeah.
And his manager's throwing more shots too. Right?
Yeah. They're not letting up.
Well, like I said in our review, I just want him to put it on both of them, or do the boxing match. I don't know if you guys know. Yesterday was the first day of summer.
Okay, was not aware.
I thought it was on Friday.
All right, well, maybe it was Friday. Point is,
It was recently
summer has commenced.
commenced,
And-
indeed. Yeah.
Song of the summer has been floating around.
Yeah. What is it?
I think you guys can say your candidates. I think the candidates are BL, La Plena. You could pick No Tiene Sentido. That banger too.
Okay.
Obviously it's a Bad Bunny year. I think it's hard not. You could pick a lot. I would
Yeah.
say El and Baile Inolvidable.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. No DCMF.
Nah.
Okay.
For summer,
I don't think so either. I don't think so.
okay.
Yeah. I think that's the one that everyone's gonna immediately go like, why is that not there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
I agree though. El and Baile. Yeah.
Karol, Verano Rosa.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have another one you want to. I like Davey, Omar Court, Amber. It's just because when I hear that shit, bro, I'm telling you, it just reminds me. I'll play it right now. Just the intro. Because the intro reminds me of like some LA YG shit. Like
Okay.
2013, 14. Like as soon as you hear this fucking little when the beat drop. I don't know if that's what they were going for, but
Yeah.
it brings a memory back in my head. Alright.
So it's simple as that. Okay.
I don't think that made the cut. I think
Yeah.
the four I said first were the four.
Yeah.
If you guys have something to throw in,
Yeah, I think that's a good sleeper. That's a good sleeper one. I don't think it would make it. I wanna put in, where is it? I think the only other contender I would throw in would be Orgullo.
to me, the winner to me is La Plena. Because bro, I hear this shit just takes me to summer.
Yeah.
Like the beat, if I'm transported.
I feel you, because this isn't just like best song so far.
Yeah,
This is summer shit.
Like
Yeah,
a summer. I'm not saying this is a song of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be, but to me, it's just the beat. As soon as it drops, even right now, it's fucking.
Yeah.
Merecen pecados como yo. Ay, si tú quieres, solo dálalo. Tú sabes que no voy a decir que no. Ay, tienes la magia tú.
Oh, another
Yeah,
ballad.
that's, yeah.
Yo, Don Quevedo. I put it on top of the playlist. Yo y tú, or tú y yo.
Okay.
That one's hard too. But I mean, like I said, he's Latin Afrobeat, so he's kind of like a cheat code.
Yeah,
It's easy for that to be summer.
Yeah. I get you.
But those are my contenders and my winner.
Yeah.
Let me know what y'all think.
What, ¿Cuándo?
Cuándo's hard. Cuándo's hard.
¿Cuándo? Yeah.
But I don't know if it's summer, but it's
Good song.
it's
Good
hard.
song. Yeah.
And then the Belle Quevedo.
Episode 202 of the La Familia podcast. Until next time, guys. Peace. George, please. Say goodbye.
Like and subscribe.
What you say?
I really just needed him to say something, you know? He hasn't said nothing.
Anything the whole
That was it.